I always refer to my writing as my second full-time job. I've written over 40 books. It wasn't something that I ever dreamed of doing. I know some people dream of being a writer or an author at a young age. I think it's very important to write engaging stories for children to really be able to use their imagination and their creativity with the books. All different inspiration ideas for me. Some of them were dreams, nightmares that I had as a kid, or stories that I was told by family members. One was a dream that my father used to have as a kid. He has an accident on his bike, and when he wakes up in the hospital, he finds out that he has this new sight. He can see the spirit world superimposed on our world. So he's able to see guardian angels and demons, and he has his own guardian angel who shows him how to use this new sight to help people.
This is the Christian Readers Community Podcast.
Erin Mackey helps kids love reading one book at a time. She writes in various children's genres, including picture books, early readers, chapter books, middle grade fiction, and young adult fiction, sharing posts about her books and life on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. She has more than 40 completed manuscripts and develops new story ideas on a regular basis, spending time with her husband, family, friends, church, and crazy cats who constantly get into trouble.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Christian Readers Community. My name is Faith Ijiga and I'm so excited to be back. It's time to talk books, and I have with me an amazing lady, an author who has written several books. I think from what I read from her biography, she's written over 40 books. That's a lot if you ask me, and I'll definitely be asking her about it. But for now, let me go on ahead and welcome my guest. Welcome, Erin Mackey.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you. I got your surname correctly, right?
Yes, you did, absolutely.
Thank you. You've written over 40 books, written and published.
I've written over 40 books. I have 8 published at the moment, with a 9th one on the way. But I have many picture books that are complete without the illustration, so that's why they have not been published yet.
Wow, that's a lot. So tell us about your journey into writing. What started it?
Well, it wasn't something that I ever dreamed of doing. I know some people dream of being a writer or an author at a young age. I've always been good at writing, doing book reports and papers for school, reports in my jobs, things like that. I always had a gift for writing. But it wasn't until my eldest niece was a year old and I was reading books like 10 Little Ladybugs and Goodnight Moon to her. And I had thought, well, I could probably come up with a story like this. And I started with picture books. And that first year I wrote 4 picture books. And then I started on a chapter book, which was the first book in my middle grade series. So that's my Laurel Hill series. There's 4 books in the series for that.
How's it been for you? And what year was that out? Because I'd like to know how long you started publishing.
I published my first book in 2013, and that was the first, that middle grade book, the first in the Laurel Hill series, Laurel Hill New Beginnings. And then it was a few years before I brought another book out, which was my first picture book, The Sleeping Flower. So, but I've been writing ever since. It's been just about 25 years 24 years that I've been writing, and I've been published for 12 years now.
Have you published books for adults?
Not for adults, but I do have 2 young adults fiction that I have published. One is a scary short story book, Nightmares Come to Life, and the other is a fantasy called Gossamer Realm New Sight. So I have those 2 young adult books that I've published, the 4 books in the middle grade series, and then 2 picture books that I have published as well. The book that's pending right now that I'm trying to publish now is a chapter book. So that's geared towards middle grade kids as well. It's just on a shorter side for the word count. So it's considered a chapter book.
Okay. Tell us about the young adults book before we come to that one.
Okay. The scary short story book, Nightmares Come to Life, there's various different short stories in them that have come from all different inspiration ideas for me. Some of them were dreams, nightmares that I had as a kid, or stories that I was told by family members. A couple were, one was a dream that my father used to have as a kid, so I turned that into a story. When my niece read the Nightmares Come to Life, she said that it was similar to Goosebumps, only creepier. So... And then my fantasy book, Gossamer Realm New Sight. In that one, the young boy that's the main character, Eli. He has an accident on his bike. And when he wakes up in the hospital, he finds out that he has this new sight. He can see the spirit world superimposed on our world. So he's able to see guardian angels and demons. And he has his own guardian angel who shows him how to use this new sight to help people.
So it's fair to say you write speculative or fantasy fiction?
I write in all different genres. So that one is a fantasy or magical realism, I think it's also called. But I have manuscripts that I finished that are like mystery crime fiction. I have a couple that are magical realism that are middle grade books that I've written. So I write in various genres.
Tell us about this new book you have coming out.
The new one is called Hidden World, and in it, the young boy, Joe, moves to a new house with his family. And as he's setting up his room and putting his things away, he discovers a hidden portal in his closet that takes him to a magical amusement park. And
Wow.
he shares this discovery with his new friend, Sam, who's his next door neighbor. And they take turns and they're going to the park and having fun at the park. And the one day they stay too late and they get trapped at the park. So they have to try to find their way back home. So that's the new one, Hidden World, that should be coming out hopefully by the end of this month.
Oh, that's great. Have you had street team signing up for the launch of this one?
I have ARC readers. I have a beta reader that had already gone through it, but I have several ARC readers that will get copies of the book and read through and do reviews and things like that as well. And then I have different promotions that I'll be doing to market the book as well once it's released.
Oh, wonderful. So you've been an indie author since 2013, or have you been publishing with publishing houses?
I'm an indie author for all 9 of my books. I do still submit for traditional publishing to publishing houses and agents for other manuscripts to see, especially the picture book manuscripts, because the publishing houses have illustrators in-house. So that would help with the picture books because it is costly to have illustrations done. I have a wonderful illustrator. Her name is Kathleen Jones, and she did all of the illustrations for Snowflake's Big Adventure, my picture book that was the most recent one, as well as the 3 last covers for my middle grade series, and then the cover for Hidden World as well. But just financially able to bring them to market, it's more difficult with the picture books because of the illustration costs. So I do submit those for traditional publishing to try to find someone that it's a good fit with so we could move forward with some of those.
So what has it been like for you being an indie author? For someone listening right now might be, wow, I can imagine writing and publishing 9 books, writing over 40 books and publishing 9 of them, because some might be finding it difficult to even complete a book. What do you have to say to someone like that?
It is a journey that you have to really commit to. I always refer to my writing as my second full-time job because there is so much involved in it. It's not just sitting down and writing, working on a book. It's writing, it's editing, it's doing the marketing, the social media posts, submitting to agents and publishers. An important aspect of being an author and writer is reading different craft books about writing and expanding your knowledge in the writing world. I've found that very valuable in my journey to writing better and just improving my writing skills. The self-publishing, I suggest if you're not tech savvy, to find someone that can help you through some of the stages. I use the site Fiverr.com. I found my editor through there. She does a wonderful job. So I have a regular editor that I go to from Fiverr. I also have a gentleman who does all the formatting and is submitting the book to Ingram Spark for publishing once it's all ready. I always say I'm not that tech savvy. So it's important to find people that that's their specialty, that you can get the assistance to self-publish and make it a little smoother for you. But it is a lot of work. You're doing book blurbs, writing up book blurbs, you're doing query letters if you want to submit for publishers. You're doing synopsis for publishers or a book proposal. Sometimes they want that as well. Try to get involved with some writing groups, especially on social media. I found several on Facebook that are very valuable, and you get a lot of insight from other authors. And you're able to ask questions when you get stuck, or if you're not sure which way to go, if it's traditional or indie publishing. You can get a lot of feedback by connecting with other authors on these Facebook groups for writing. So that would be my biggest suggestion for someone, is to get connected and read through the posts and see what kind of questions the other authors are asking and the responses that they're getting from them, because you can learn so much from that.
So, some people say writing is the easy aspect or is the easy side of writing and publishing. Would you agree with that? Considering the marketing, editing, and all that.
I think that it really depends. Sometimes you can have a book idea and you're blazing through it and you're writing, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 words every time you sit down to write. But then sometimes you might have a book where you kind of get stalled in it, or you're questioning yourself. Or I struggle with the middle sometimes, how much to break out and actually detail out in the middle of the book, or should I be summarizing certain things and making it shorter? So I always struggle with the middle, and often will revisit my outline and read back through it to get some clarity and be able to move forward. So, it really depends. Sometimes it is the easy part to write, but sometimes you struggle a little with that as well.
Yeah, I have a book that I've been stuck with for months now. Till today, I've still not been able to move forward with that book. And I had to, at some point, I said, okay, I'm going to leave you and, focus on others. Then once I am able to move forward, then I'd come back to you. And, this has stuck with me for months. And so sometimes I think about it and I'm like, oh, and they say writing is the easy part.
Right. Yeah, I have one that I've set aside as well. That was a young adult, a dystopian young adult that was Christian. And I got to around the middle, and I've really struggled with it for several weeks before I finally said, okay, I'm going to set it aside and go to another project. So yeah, I totally understand that. And that does happen a lot.
Yeah. So for moms who are listening, they're asking, okay, I want to get a book for my child, a novel. I need you to sell your book to them.
Okay.
Virtually, yeah.
Well, the middle grade series is my most popular, the Laurel Hill series. There are 4 books in that. It's geared towards girls 6 to 13 years old. If they're just starting out with chapter books, these are good options because they're shorter chapters and there aren't large words to struggle with. But the characters are 11 and 12 years old in the book, so the older girls, the tweens, would enjoy them as well. It is a Christian book series, and it follows one girl named Maggie. In the first book, she and her mom move to a new town, and she becomes friends with 5 of the girls in her class. And then the books follow the girls through their different adventures. The books are written by season, so the first book is spring right up until summer. Second book is summer to the beginning of school year. Third book is fall to the beginning of December. And then the fourth book is winter, right up until spring. So it's different adventures they go on. They solve the mystery of who's stealing bikes in town. There's a bully at school that they deal with. Trying to think, for the summer one, they go to summer camp for a week and the adventures they have at summer camp. Different growth with the individual characters. One of them begins to learn to play the violin, and she's nervous about doing a solo for her first performance. Just different growth opportunities that they have in the different books for the tween ages.
I'm actually an adult, but sometimes I just need something light, something something away from all the adult English or the adult writing, and then I'm like, okay, let me just go get a middle grade book. I like reading books, middle grade books where
Yes.
you see little kids, solving mysteries. So I'm definitely gonna check this one out after this interview. Wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The series, I'm saying it's a complete series for the 4 books. I had a 5th book outlined, but I feel like because I did them by season, if I do one, I have to do 3 more. So it would have to be a set of 4.
Round.
So, I that's why I consider this one a completed series. Maybe down the line I might add more books to the series, but for now it's rounded out very well in the 4 books.
I was actually thinking you were going to do a series for each of the 5 friends.
That's an idea too. I have in each of the books, 1 or 2 of the characters do have growth opportunities, so they are featured more prominently in the books, but they don't have their own standalone book. But that is a good idea. Yeah.
Okay. So for anyone who would like to get a copy of your book, any of your books, where would they be able to get them?
I do have a website. It's erinmackeyauthor.com. And on my website, under my books, I have published books as a page. And it has links on that page for each of the books to be able to go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble or Books A Million, or to get it in the ebook format. I have universal book links for ebook as well, but they are available online on all of the sites. And then I also have a store through my website where they can be bought directly from me in the United States. And I can ship for the United States. And if it's bought through my website, I am able to personalize an autograph in it, where I'm not able to do that if it's bought online through Amazon or Barnes & Noble or Books A Million.
Okay. So I'm going to be attaching the link to this description for anyone who'd just like to go on ahead and click the link. That will take you directly to our website. You can just click on the link and it will take you directly where you can, see or get all the information you need about Erin. Wow, thank you so much, Erin. This has been a wonderful conversation with you. And I hope that when I invite you next time, you'd be willing to come again.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
Okay. So one last question before we go. What's that core message you're trying to pass across to your reader?
I would say the main message, my tagline for my business as a writer, is helping kids learn to read, learn to love reading one book at a time. And I really try to create stories that bring them into that story. They're able to connect with the characters and picture the story and picture themselves in the story as well. So I think it's very important to write engaging stories for children to really be able to use their imagination and their creativity with the books.
That's a wonderful goal. And, I hope you continue to, do this, because it's definitely helping kids out there. So thank you so much, Erin.
Thank you, Faith. It's been wonderful.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. I'll be back next time, of course. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this conversation with Erin as much as I did. If you did, please go get a copy of this book. I love middle grade books. When I'm able to read them, it helps me come away from all the adulting and all the big stuff. So even as an adult, you can go get a copy of this book. And as a new mom or a mom of little children, please get this book for your kids so that they would, read and enjoy the stories. And not just that, they would also like reading as well. You're giving them the reading habits before they grow up. All right, everyone. Till I come here again next time, I'm saying stay safe, stay blessed, and bye bye, everyone.